reached out to me, said make a theme song for my show. Said alright, just give me all the details, man. And my homie says he don't know. Well, if you're gonna pay me big bucks, guess I might should have something to say. He said, you know what I bring, I'm the customizing king, nothing else matters anyway. So is he gonna have guests? I don't know. Is he gonna go live? I don't know. What time will it be? What will you see? I'm pretty much in the dark, but I can guarantee he'll be customizing action figures, getting paint all on his fingers. It's art by Ackerman. It's art by Ackerman. Tips and tricks and conversation, sharing his gift with every nation. It's art by Ackerman. Art by Ackerman. You best get ready, cause now it's time for Art by Ackerman.
All right, welcome back to another episode of the Customizing Studio, and happy Father's Day to all the fathers out there. I am here with Kyle. Kyle, how are you doing today, sir?
I'm doing pretty good. How about yourself?
Not too shabby. Small group today. We'll see if anybody else joins, but I'm sure we got folks out there doing cool Father's Day type things, and so. We'll see how this goes. We've got Jay is here in the chat. He's not here painting with us, but he's here in the chat. Says Happy Father's Day. We got Freaks Figures out there. Welcome, Freaks. Darla Ackerman's out here. I know her. She's downstairs though. And Jay says he's at the beach. So there you go. All right.
There's a beach near me.
Exactly. I don't know that we're going to have a lot of people joining us live. So normally I would wait a little bit before we get into kind of what we're working on. But I think we can probably just get into it because I think most people are probably going to just catch it on replay. So I will go ahead and start. So let me embiggen myself. Never got around to working on this yesterday. I was working on some heads, which I did finish. I'll be posting on Instagram later today. But I'm going to be working on this. There's it's an FDM print with a lot of detail. So there's some rough spots and things that I need to clean up. So most of today is probably going to be working on cleanup on this thing. I don't know how much painting I'll actually get to, but we've got that. And then I've got this Frostmourne sword that goes with Lich King, and McFarlane decided to, for $50 figure, put like 0 paint apps on here. So I'll be working on this as well, possibly. Here's what Frostmourne is supposed to look like. And then here's McFarlane's $50 quote unquote elite version. So
That don't look too bad.
yeah, the sculpt is great, but they did like 0 paint apps on the blade. So
yeah.
All right, over to you, Kyle. What you got?
I finished up my Ember painting yesterday, and I started on Onyx today. I got a little bit of base coat on the skin colors first. Give me 1 second.
Okay.
So you can kind of see what she's going to look like if it actually catches up to the video. But basically, if you look up Nordic Veil music videos, it's kind of like this. The black and purple are the theme colors. That's kind of what she looks like right there.
Very cool.
So I'll be working on that.
Awesome. And then we got, let's see, Ty just joined. It says, Heya. That's my son, Ty. So, hiya, Ty. We got Brian Lynn in here, says he's painting torches outside today. All right. Well, if you or anybody else wants the link to paint along with us or do something with us, let us know and we will shoot the link on over to you. Sending this out to another group right now.
How big is that 3D print? Because it looks pretty massive.
Hold on 1 second. It is, I would say, about 9 inches tall and about 6 inches wide. So it's pretty big.
Yeah.
Yeah. And the plan is once I get the bits kind of sanded and everything like that, I want to kind of do it like a Mythic Legion vampire, where they have these like white eyes and like a pinkish purple like around the eyes. So gonna try to do it similar to that, I think. So yeah. So that's what we've got going on. Right now I gotta do some sanding though. Sanding, dremeling, all that fun stuff. So any big plans for the rest of the day today?
I might go see a movie. I'm thinking of going to see Death of Robin Hood.
That one seems interesting to me, but it also feels like one that I think I could see streaming and be okay.
Yeah, because the closest theater to me is cheaper.
Mhm.
So they're not the ones carrying it, but I got to go over to another town that's 20 minutes away. And it's more expensive. So I might just hold off on that and wait till it streams.
Yeah, that's it. It looks interesting, but I just don't know. Yeah, I don't know that one I need to. I've got a lot of movies that we've over the last few weeks have seen in the theater, and a lot of movies coming up that we've got tickets to, and I don't know that one makes the cut.
Yeah.
Unless I start hearing some things from people that are like, "Oh my God, it's amazing," and the action is so great that you've got to see it on a big screen or something. But I have not heard from anybody yet on it.
Yeah, it might be one of those things that falls under the radar.
Yeah.
I'll tell you a good show to watch if you have a Apple TV is Cape Fear.
Oh, they made it into a show?
Yeah.
Interesting.
It's pretty good.
That's cool.
See, I didn't know they made it into a movie, so I got to go back and watch the movie.
Movie's pretty good. Normally when I'm using my my rotary tool, I would mute myself, but there's only two of us, so it's gonna be pretty freaking quiet if I do. So I did send out the link to a few other people, so we'll see. I'll keep looking and see if anybody joins.
The new cosmic character that they are having for San Diego, are they going to have it at other shows also?
I believe so, yeah. I believe that he'll be probably like Dormu, where they just kind of travel around with it for a little bit and then they have an in-stock sale.
Yeah. Hey, if they bring it to CarverCon, I'm getting it.
I can't wait for CarverCon. That's going to be fun.
It's perfect for me because it's only a 2-hour drive.
I figured it'd be closer than that. Freak said to send the link to him. So let me Got to pop over to Instagram. It's one of those non-Facebooky people. Sent. Twizzler says it's going to be a 12-hour drive from him, but looking forward to CarberCon. Wow, I would have thought that would have been closer for you too. 12 hours. Holy shit.
It takes me 10 hours to get to Legion's Con.
Yeah, I mean, Legion's Con's far for me too, but like he's a Midwest guy, so I thought it would be closer than that. But yeah, guess just really far north. On paper, my Legion's Con drive is 14 and a half hours.
Oh, good Lord.
But it's taken as much as like 21. So just kind of depends on how many times I feel like stopping and construction and all that kind of shit. So Hayes jumped in, says happy day. There you go. It does remind me, this is my first Father's Day as a grandfather. So there's that. One.
Is it the grandchild in California, you said?
Yeah.
See, I went to Home Depot earlier today and the cashier told me Happy Father's Day. And I said, I'm not a dad. She's like, you're not a animal dad or a pet dad also? I'm like, nope. She's like, well, shit, sorry.
Kind of feeling like a dentist right now, filing this guy's teeth.
It sounds like it. That was the one thing when I was painting a Gundam helmet. I had to do all the filing and sanding and stuff on it, and there's a lot of tight spots to it. So I feel the same way. I did see that video of the sponge the custom made sponge. I kind of did it. There we go. Actually had a couple of these plastic tubes laying around.
Yeah, that I've been using those plastic tubes. I just haven't been putting them on brushes, so that's interesting. That's my daughter calling, so let me grab that real quick.
Go right ahead.
There we go. That's 5 out of 6. So just missing one at this point.
None of your kids are going to be stopping by.
Ty is still here with us. 2 of the girls stopped by yesterday. The other one is the one that just called, so I don't think she'll be stopping by. And then the other 2 are in California. So I think that's it for the day. So we'll see. The only one I haven't heard from is our son Jacob, but he's studying to be a neurosurgeon, so he stays super busy, and he also his brain works a little differently than ours. So I don't even know that Father's Day is going to cross his mind today, but we'll see. The other 5 I've heard from, so. Now I'm using an X-Acto knife on his teeth, and I feel like a dental hygienist. Tell him he needs to floss more so he doesn't get the gum disease known as gingivitis.
Did you already paint the eyes on it, or did it come like that?
No, the whole thing was purple, so I covered the eyes with blue tack and then primed the whole thing besides the eyes and then pulled the blue tack off.
Oh, okay.
I'm probably going to end up painting them anyways because all the Mythic Legion vampire eyes are white, but I don't know. They were just kind of cool looking. So I was like, I think I want to at least leave that as an option if I wanted to do that. So. I do that a lot. If there's like if I have a print that's translucent, I'll look at it and go, okay, is there a part that I could potentially want to leave translucent? And if so, I'll blue tack that off and then prime the rest. And then a lot of times I end up painting it anyway, but at least gives me the option of using the translucent if I want.
Yeah.
This one is not translucent, but I just thought the eyes kind of looked cool with that purple. a couple comments. Hayes said that head is sweet. It's a plaque. Yeah, could be. I'm gonna probably use it as a diorama piece in my vampire display. Twizzler said Happy Father's Day. J Max said Happy Father's Day. And then Freak said that he tried to get in, but he probably needs to switch to a better phone service. So, I guess no freaks today.
Well, here's a question for you. Do you think that they would make a Warhammer movie, like an actual movie that came out in theaters?
I don't see why they wouldn't. I mean, we were kind of talking about this on Offworld on Friday with World of Warcraft. Like, they've definitely seen a decline in membership over the last few years, but they're still like the most profitable video game in of all time. So the fact that we haven't seen a bunch of World of Warcraft movies is kind of surprising. And the Warcraft universe, which is obviously different than World of Warcraft, the Warcraft 40K, also super profitable, and touches a bunch of folks across the whole world basically. So I mean, I understand that doing anything in that world would be a lot of like CGI and that kind of stuff, so it's going to be expensive, but they definitely have the money to do it, and I would think that the interest would be there, but who knows? I also thought that, more people would go see the Masters movie. So,
oh yeah,
we'll see.
But then again, look at everything else in the world is all CGI.
That's true. I would say we would probably be more likely to get, a series, which it sounds like they're already working on, than a movie, though.
Yeah,
I think a lot of, especially if you've got a wealth of story, like if you got more than 2 hours worth of content, it just makes more sense, I think, to do streaming than a movie. So, because you can cover more ground and not have to shortchange anything.
Yeah.
So sometimes when you do a movie, you're trying to rush to get some of the information out, and whereas if you instead did like a 8 episode or 10 episode series, you cover it all easily. So
I also feel like a lot of things that we've known from the past, like Fallout, they have the TV show, but they're trying to cram so much of what people want into such a small time frame that it kind of, I don't want to say destroys it, but it kind of takes away from the grand illusion of it.
Yeah.
So if you had Warhammer, which is so expansive, people are expecting, hey, I want this person, or I want this group, or I want, whatever. They try to compress all that into one movie when really they should drag it, like you said, drag it out into a show where you can pace it a little bit better.
Well, and like even with the toys, I know tonight on Toy Hammer After Dark, we're going to be talking about the Night Lords they just revealed for Joy Toy.
Yeah.
But like even with Joy Toy, they keep going back and forth between doing some Horus Heresy stuff and some 40K stuff, which is like 10,000 years apart. So it's like even within the toys, they like it, you can't. I mean, I guess and if you don't care about the lore and you just throw everything together, you can do that. But if you care about the lore, it's like you can't even really display those together, right? Like they're completely different time periods. So I can only imagine, like, if they were to do one, like, let's say 2.5 hour movie, like they're going to, there's so much ground to cover. Like like their universe literally covers, I think, 8,000 years before Christ, all the way up to 40,000 years of, this. So you've got 48,000 years to try to cover up shit. That's a lot of time period to try to cover. So you almost have to like pick like a really small story, like a small segment in time, and say, I'm going to tell this segment of time story here, and then kind of go from there. But it makes it very difficult, I think.
But also a lot of people were talking about the secret level, that episode with 40 or Warhammer.
Yeah.
So maybe that will spark an interest.
Well, I mean, when you're just putting like, what was it, like 15, 20 minutes or something? It wasn't a big, long thing. No. Maybe it was more than that, like 30 minutes or something. I don't remember. Yeah. But if you're doing something like that and you're just throwing it full of action, like, yeah, you can definitely make something interesting. But how do you tell a 3-hour interesting story? Like, there's no doubt in my mind that anybody out there that knows anything about, animation or whatever could put together a short action thing that's going to look cool. But how do you turn that into a compelling story with characters that you care about and that kind of thing? You kind of have to have more substance than just, boom, boom, punch, shoot. That stuff's cool, but there's got to be more to it. I know the animation studio that worked on the Revelation for Kevin Smith, they called it like all of that fighty. They said, so just write your story. And then in parts where you need action, just write fighty, and we will make that work. So, because that's the easy part. Fighty is easy. It's all the dialogue and all that kind of shit that, is a little difficult.
With like the mini clips that you see or the short videos that you see on YouTube are just straight up fighting. There's, like you said, not a whole lot of dialogue to it.
Right. We have Son of Crayon Slayer in here. Welcome. And then Free says the stuff they release on Warhammer TV is incredible. Cool. I am going to mute myself now because I got to use the heat gun. So I'll be right back. It's fun when you heat up like FDM and it almost becomes like vinyl.
Oh yeah. Well, I made the mistake when I was painting my Gundam helmet that I actually, give me 1 second to go grab it. If it fits all on the camera. So there we go. This part right here, all the green, it's woven 3D printed. So it's PLA. And when I put it in the paint booth to bake it, it all warped.
Oh, wow.
So I clear coated it, baked it, and then when I pulled it out, I was like, oh shit, I'm not going to be able to form that. So then I had to replace the dome of it. And I made a mistake of, but yeah, all like I was talking about earlier, getting down into these crevices and stuff like that with the sander. Yeah, that was a pain in the ass.
I can see that.
And honestly, I think I went too big with that. It's like a 24-inch and it takes up too much space.
Yeah. I got you embiggened. Actually, I could do this. There we go. That works better. I underestimated myself. Looks like I am going to get to some painting today. Water.
Have you heard anybody talking about Disclosure Day?
Trevor talked about it. He said it was, well, Trevor and Hayes and a few other people said basically that the first 2/3 of the movie first 2/3 of the movie are pretty decent. The last part kind of goes bad. It's not good. Trevor was not real happy with it.
Not impressed.
No.
Yeah, that was one of the things I don't know if I want to see it or not, or just wait, because, Steven Spielberg typically does good alien movies.
Mm-hmm. I mean, but I don't feel bad for Trevor because he chose to see that instead of seeing the Motu movie. Like, he hasn't seen the Motu movie yet. So he deserves seeing a bad movie. Like, if you've already seen the Motu movie and you choose to see that instead of seeing the Motu a second time, I could see. But if you've not seen the Motu movie and you're our age and you collect toys, like, what's wrong with you?
Yeah. Well, what I heard that they were going to do Skeletor with Jared Leto. Like, I don't know if I really want to see that, but then it's really just his voice.
Yeah, I mean, he's in the suit, but yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't think typically I feel like that any performance, you shouldn't be seeing the actor, you should be seeing the character.
Yeah.
And if you're seeing the actor instead of the character, then that's probably a bad casting, in my opinion. So, like, I don't like when they, take like a superhero franchise and they started off with some big name actor and stuff. It's like, that you're going to have a hard time not seeing that actor and the roles that they've done previously and stuff. Now, sometimes they're good enough that it doesn't matter, but yeah. Oh, wow. Got some loud thunder outside.
Don't send it over my way. I've had enough storms.
Hay said, yeah, that's what I've heard from a lot of people, but I'm always wanted to say, go and see it and make your own opinion. Steven usually does good work, but who knows? So, yeah, I mean, it's definitely one that I'll see, but, kind of like that Robin Hood, it's one that I looked at and I was like, do I need to see it in the theaters or can I wait for streaming? And I chose to wait for streaming. So.
Do you watch the Y-Files?
I don't even know what that is.
It's a YouTube channel where a guy tells like kind of conspiracy theories and kind of historical things, but he's got a wisecracking fish that he calls Hecklefish.
Yeah.
He'll tell a story like about the Anunnaki, and the goldfish will chime in with some sarcastic response. Well, now he has a podcast where he interviews archaeologists and conspiracy theorists and stuff like that. Well, the other day he had a director or screenwriter, I don't remember what his name was, but he was talking about he wanted to make a movie, and Hollywood executives said, no, you're not allowed doing it because if you try to write something, you're going to be infringing on our protective property.
Okay.
And basically what it was is he wanted to make a movie about the same time that Men in Black was coming out. And the studio and also some government officials came up to him and said, you are not allowed making them wear black suits, and you're not allowed saying specific things. So basically the entire time, or the whole thing, was shut down because there was too many specific things that was going to be in the movie that had to be basically rewritten. And he was talking about was it Steven Spielberg had a movie out at that time, and it was too spot on to what Steven Spielberg had, and they said, nope, you got to shut it down.
Yeah, I mean, I know, like when Four Horsemen were doing the Frankenstein's creature, like there's certain things. I think there was like a list of things that if you do 3 of them, you're okay, but if you do 4 of them, you're not. And it was like you can make it green, but you can't put like bolts in the neck, or you can give them a flat top, but you can't also have the stitches. Like it was crazy. And so, it's like, how do you say this version is ours? And if anybody does it, they're infringing on it. You have to have those certain criteria that you say this is what signifies it as ours and not somebody else's. So, I guess with that, it sounds like they kind of did that. So,
yeah.
I mean, it's a way to protect people's IPs, I guess. So,
well, he was also mentioning that some executives in Hollywood have rights by the government because there's information being fed to them by the government. Like, I don't know if you believe in aliens or not. There's specific Hollywood studios that are allowed saying, okay, you can do this, this, and this.
Yeah. J5 Toys jumped in, said, good afternoon, happy Father's Day, and then said, I love the Y-Files. I have a Hecklefish plush in my office. So, and then he says, fear the crab cat. I have no idea what that means.
Yeah, it's a nod. Well, not a nod. It's basically something that the Hecklefish says. It's like it's pretty funny. If you're not really into conspiracy theory, but you just want to listen to a story, he's got some pretty hilarious stories.
Yeah, I'll check it out.
It was like the first episode he did. He was talking to a Freemason who's also a Knight Templar.
Yeah.
It was like a 4-hour episode, and it was talking about the Knight Templars and Oak Island and a bunch of symbols that you see in everyday life that you don't really think about until you really hear about it.
Yeah, sounds interesting. J5 Toy says the Mel's Hole is a good episode.
Oh yeah, Mel's Hole is like I can't remember exactly where it's at, but they found a hole in the middle of nowhere, and anything that falls down in the hole never comes back, and they don't even know how deep the hole is.
Huh.
Like I think they tried fishing like rope down there, and it just kept going and going with like no jagged edges, no stopping point. It just keeps on going.
It would feel like we would have the technology to, like, no matter how deep it went, that we would have the technology to get something down there, but I guess not. Like, I get the parts of the ocean because of the, the pressure, but if it's just a hole, I don't know. You would think that you'd be able to get something down there.
Yeah. I don't know if you drill a hole, go down, I don't know, 15,000 feet into the earth, is the pressure going to be any different?
Well, you don't. I would think so, because you don't have the like the weight, the pressure, the weight of all the water around you.
Yeah.
Right.
I guess that would make sense.
J5 Toy says, by the way, Curtis, I'm loving these brushes. Picked up some at IshCon, and I've been painting little grub sport prints and painted my Mouse King throne. That's awesome. Yeah, I'm waiting for version 2. They were still trying to get through customs, so I have to look. Like, I've got UPS tracking on them, but the tracking doesn't pick up until after they make it through customs. And as of yesterday, I believe, they still hadn't made it through customs. So we'll see. Hopefully, I'll have them by CarverCon, though. That's still 3 weeks away, so it'd be really shitty if I didn't. But yeah, as of right now, UPS still has no information. So, boo. painting white.
Yeah, right. When you think you get a good enough coverage, it doesn't cover at all.
Yeah. Well, and putting blue tack on these eyes and leaving them purple probably wasn't the smartest idea, because now I'm starting from scratch rather than having a zenithal primed white to start with. But it's all right. We live and we learn. Just got to be patient. Don't go too thick. Paint a layer, let it dry, work on something else, come back, paint another layer. And 30 layers later, you've got something white.
Don't become snowblind.
Yeah.
Is there a schedule to CarverCon, like throughout the day they have other events going on, or is it going to be strictly like a buy, sell, trade type of thing?
It's just vendors and stuff. I don't think that there's anything like currently that's like, beforehand or after or any of that kind of stuff. I think you'll probably play it by ear. So Michael Vandal popped in, says, afternoon, how's it going? It's going pretty good. It's a little quiet. Normally we got about 6 people in here painting and customizing, and a bunch of people in the chat, but it's Father's Day. People are busy. They're doing stuff. So Michael says, I'm not complaining. I can actually see what the hell's going on. Says, happy Father's Day to fathers out there. Freak says, I'm cutting stickers right now. There you go. Very cool.
Pace says he's arguing with French and Greek airports right now. Would much rather be painting.
That sounds like fun. I'm painting runes in this sword, so
You got to do the blue glow effect also.
yeah. Right now I'm doing a very watered down white, almost like an ink, to try to get into the crevices on here, and then I'll go over it with a translucent blue, and then probably do some blue dry brushing, kind of go from there. So that's the plan anyway. And so far, it's not going bad. Probably should have taken a picture of this beforehand. I guess I could take a picture of the other side because I haven't started on it. Let's see if this shows. So,
oh yeah,
this is the other side, and then so they're starting to pop a little bit, and then when I add a blue translucent over it, hopefully that'll really stand out a little bit more. So. But before I do that, let me take a picture of this other side. Okay. Well, if all of a sudden I get choppy or drop off, just know that there's a shitty thunderstorm going on right now.
Yeah, Thursday night we had alarms go off like 6 times. I don't think any tornado was reported.
Darla's having to calm the dog down downstairs. Sounds like he's getting scared. Twizzler says, I'm being lazy today. Week after a marathon, I don't have to run or anything, just relax and recover. That's probably the first time I've ever heard him say that he's relaxing. I'm so proud of you. Good job. All right, muting to use the heat gun. Oh, Michael says, yep, we've got one headed our way as well. I don't mind much, but Mojo is terrible with storms. I'm guessing that's his dog. He tried climbing in my jammies with me. 230-pound Siberian, 92-pound dog in the same bed. Okay. Damn. Yeah, that would not be good. Buddy doesn't get that scared of the storms, but he definitely doesn't like it. He just whines all day for other stupid bullshit.
Years ago, our house got struck by lightning, and my brother was in the living room. Dog was sleeping right next to the TV. All of a sudden, she gets up real fast and runs, and then the second that she moved out of the way, a lightning bolt shot through the ceiling.
Wow. That's crazy.
Ever since then, she was freaked out about storms, rightfully so.
Yeah, no doubt. If you narrowly avoid being hit by lightning, I would think that would make you a little nervous.
Yeah.
He said, sorry, context. I'm Siberian equals Russian. Mojo's my dog. Half pit bull, quarter German Shepherd, quarter Husky. Yeah, that sounds like that would be a big dog. That's like 3 big dogs mixed into one. Oh, oops, forgot to mute.
It's all good.
Oopsie. Where's Kevin when I need an oopsie? Ugh. Note to self, white from So Flat does not taste good. FYI.
Done that a couple of times. Stick the wrong end of the brush in your mouth.
I didn't stick the wrong end of the brush, but I thought I had it cleaner than that. I usually put it in my mouth to get it back to a good tip, but after that it's clean. Apparently I didn't clean it well enough. So
I don't know if I should use a metallic purple or a pastel purple on these inlay pieces.
what does it look like on the source material?
It changes. Either she's wearing all black or it could be purple, but I can't really tell if it's like a pastel purple or a metallic.
Gotcha.
We shall look. Yeah, typically she's just wearing all black. I just want to give it the color so it's not just some drab appearance.
Mm-hmm.
There you go, Mike. Or Vandal.
Oh yeah. That's cool.
Yeah, I think I'm just going to go with like a darker purple. Probably this purple.
Cool. Let's see. Michael says, very cool. Thanks, bud. 3D, 3P, I'm guessing. I think he's talking to you.
Yeah. Who did I get it from? It was either Rocket Fist or Collectible Carnage on eBay. Honestly, I think they have it on Dusk Till Dawn Studios also.
Cool.
J5 Toys is asking, where'd you get that skull from?
This is from Billy Beige Customs. So you can either hit him up on Instagram or he has an Etsy store. I don't know if this one's currently up on the Etsy store, but if not, if you reach out to him, he can get you one. And his prices are really good. Like I don't know what the price on this one is right off the top of my head, but I know this, like the Stein that he's did for me, like these are $15 a piece. So yeah, good, really good pricing.
I like that he added the insert on it to make it fit 12-ounce cans.
Yeah, the only problem is that I didn't get one of those, so I need to get one of those from him.
But can he make one that fits a Foster's?
Good question. I do not know the answer. What the shit? That was not good. Oopsie.
Oopsie.
Sitting there dry brushing one color and hit the black that apparently was not dry yet. So just smeared black all over.
Probably in a spot that can't be sanded.
I don't need to sand it, but I need to figure out a way to get it out. Yeah, it's like down in the grooves. That's gonna suck. All right, I'll have to figure that out. J5 says, awesome. Maybe we'll do that. Cool. Yeah, Billy's good, dude. Good people. J5 says, indeed he is. Always great to see him, Van and Jordan as well. Hopefully get to see you at one down the road as well. So the rest of my year, I've got CarverCon coming up in 3 weeks. So that is the first one. And then I will be at Joe Lanta in, I think it's September. No. Yeah, I think September, and then I will be at Legion's Con obviously in November. So three more shows the rest of the year. Darla will be with me at CarverCon. I don't think she's planning on going to Joe Lanta, but then she'll be at Legion's Con with me as well.
How much was a table at CarverCon?
I'd have to look. I don't remember offhand. I know I'm splitting one with the McCoys, and yeah, I can't recall offhand.
If they do it again next year, maybe I'll get a table, build up an inventory, and sell some stuff.
I don't think it was too bad if I remember right. So Michael says, okay, I got to get my ass in gear, cleaning, meal prep, dreaded laundry. Have a great stream. We will. Don't forget to hit the like button, you mooks. And then Freak says 125. So said next year will increase. So
it's still not too bad.
It's not terrible. It's on kind of the higher end for a smaller convention, but it's not terrible. Let's see. J5 Toy says, hope to make it to Legion's Con someday. It looks like a great show. Not just to go to, but also be great to vend at. Legion's Con is one of those that once you go once, you're never going to miss again. It is by far, and I'm not saying this as a Legions fan, I'm just in general, like it is by far the best convention to go to. Folks that are not, haven't been part of this community, like even Robo, like his first time, he's gone to San Diego Comic-Con, New York Comic-Con, all that kind of stuff. And he said after his first Legion's Con, like if he could only go to one a year, it would be Legion's Con. It's one of those where move heaven and earth, whatever you got to do, like you really want to be there. So highly advise finding a way if you can.
Yeah, that's like the one thing I got to save up all my money for all year.
Yeah.
It's like typically around this time, I got to tell myself to stop buying things to save up. But of course, that never goes well.
Yeah, it's easier said than done, right?
Yeah. I've only been there 2 years. In the first year, I didn't know what to expect. But then the second year, I was like, yeah, this is getting bigger and bigger.
Mm-hmm. Twizzler says this will be my second time going to Legion's Con, and I can't wait. Yeah, it's definitely fun.
The thing for me is I don't get to leave until Friday morning, and typically when they do the G-Con reveals and all that stuff, I'm on the road.
Yeah. By the time Friday morning rolls around, you've already missed half the fun.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would say, I mean, the earlier you can get there, the better, obviously, because there's stuff every day. But I would say for me, I think Thursday night would be the absolute latest that I would say that anybody should be there. But really Wednesday night is when most of everybody's there. By Wednesday night, you've got all the people that have intern the next day. You've got all the hardcore fans that just want to be there like as much as possible. The party really starts Wednesday night. So yeah, the earlier you can get there though, the better for sure. I think we got there Monday last year. I don't know if we're going Monday this year or if we're going to be there on Sunday, but yeah, we're definitely going to be there all week. I use up like 2/3 of my vacation for the year for Legion's Con, because I take off the whole week of Legion's Con and then all but Friday the week after to recover.
Yeah, it's kind of like what I did last year. Is originally I only had one day off, but then I said, you know what, screw it, I'm just going to take the whole week off.
Mm-hmm. Twizzler says I'm coming Wednesday this year. Good idea. Freak says, do you think $1 per sticker or get one free with purchase would be good? I'm making these from scratch and cutting them all by hand. Most people give them out for free. But I have seen some folks that it's free with purchase. I can't say that I recall anybody charging for stickers. If they have, I don't remember it. I know like we'll charge for pens, like the PIN pens. But we typically don't charge for stickers. But we do include one, like when somebody buys like one of Darla's capes, it automatically comes with a sticker. Usually it's more about kind of advertising than anything else. So Freak says, hoping to have a better vehicle by then so I can make it out. If not, sure. Not sure if my buddy would be up for driving to Jersey. J5 says, I charge one per sticker at shows. If they only want a sticker, I also have a small sticker stack that I walk around with and give around at the show. So there you go. So yeah, if they just want the sticker, sounds like $1 a piece is the right price. But I would tell them, hey, get more than a sticker. Come on, I'll throw in the sticker for free. Buy something. Let's go.
Do the stickers come with an extended warranty?
That I don't know. If so, hopefully they don't call you each time that it's about to expire, try to get you to extend it further. Freak said that's why I asked. I've seen people charging $2 to $5 per sticker at other show. Dude, what shows are you going to? Shit. But haven't been to shows with our community yet. Yeah, I would stop going to those shows. That is expensive for a sticker. J5 says when people buy a 3D printed mini Grub Sport guy, I put a sticker and a trading card in with the figure. Yeah. Yeah, dude. Somebody want to charge $2 to $5 for a sticker. I would quickly walk away from that table. At one point, PGG did like a sticker pack that I want to say they charged like $5 for, and you get like it was like 6 or 7 stickers, I thought. So that's not bad if you're getting multiple, and they were like fun ones. It wasn't just like their logo. You know, if somebody's putting out one with just like their logo on it, like that should either be included with purchase or should be free, in my opinion, because you know that's advertising. But if it's something fun, you know, like if you're doing a sticker of a, I don't know, superhero or something, like that would be different. J5 says $5 for a sticker is insane. Maybe a sticker pack. Yeah. 4 for $5 or something. Yeah, I could totally see that. Yeah. He said for AI stickers too. Yeah. Yeah, no, thank you.
Now, magnets, on the other hand, yeah, I'd charge for that.
Do people use magnets?
That I don't know.
The only magnets I ever use, there's a like as if like the bank or like your real estate broker or somebody sends you like the magnet with the calendar on it or something, or like with like where it's got like the like your local sports team and it's got like all their games and stuff listed, you know, stuff like that.
Yeah.
But otherwise, I can't recall the last time that I either bought or used a magnet.
I think it's easier just to slap a sticker on and walk away.
Mm-hmm. Don't tell Billy they are AI stickers. I was thinking of doing magnets and pens for the Kickstarter once we get to that point. Pens are cool, and I don't know. Maybe it's just me. I can't recall the last time I ever bought or used a magnet, but yeah, maybe that's just maybe I'm just not the target audience for that. I don't know. All right, need to mute to use my heat gun. And I'm back. Welcome back, Curtis. Thanks, Kyle. Appreciate it.
Well, I was going to sing, welcome back, welcome back.
Ooh, Mr. Carter. Showing my age. Let's see. J5 says, I figured since they are food combatants, fridge magnets would be cool. That That's a good idea. I didn't think of that. Eric Bradshaw jumps in. I never know where to put a sticker. I like magnets. Okay. There you go. I think pens are cool. I know last year Dorklayer got like a backpack that had like a clear window on it that you could like put all your pens into a thing to where you can see all of them. That was kind of cool. Or you just get like a bulletin board or something. I really like pens.
It seems like a lot of weight to be carrying around.
Yeah. I don't know. He seemed to like it, but when we were at Legion's Con last year, found a little toy store nearby, and I found a Silverhawks lunchbox at the toy store, and I carried that all around all weekend and had like little snacks in it and stuff. I had never had nerd clusters before Legion's Con last year, and I discovered nerd clusters, and so I had like a whole bunch of nerd clusters in there, and then like a sandwich.
Do you have a little thermos?
I didn't. It came with a thermos, but I did not carry the thermos around with me. See if I can fix this area I fucked up earlier before we close out, because we're already at 2 hours. So see if I can fix this one little spot first. I think I need some more white. Well, I think that's enough for today. So start wrapping up here. All right. I'm going to need to clean that brush and this brush and that brush. And I need to dump that water. All right. I'm going to embiggen myself first. So worked on this sword. So put in some of the white. Let me see if I can. It's really washing that out. There we go. Put in some of the white on those runes. And then I'll work on some blue to go with it. But they're starting to pop a little bit better. And then did a lot of work on this guy. Didn't think I was going to get around to doing paint today, but I did. So it's coming together. So we'll see.
Pretty good.
I don't know if this is supposed to be hair or tendril. I don't know what the fuck this is. So I got to figure out what color to do that, and then I need to figure out what color to do the horns. But it's coming together. So all right, let's embiggen Kyle. Let's see what you got going.
So I did black and tan or skin color for all these pieces, and then for the torso, I did black, purple, and skin tone. So I think the purple is a good choice. So
yeah, that looks really nice.
So yeah,
very cool. All right, let's get this light out of here. There we go. So thank you for watching. This is episode 18, Customizing Studio. It's open to anybody that wants to join at any point. So if there's a week comes up and you're customizing, working on dios, painting, sculpting, whatever, you want to join us, just let me know. I'll shoot you the link. We'll be back next week. Kyle, you got anything else going on that you want people to know about?
No, just hanging out in chats. And if you want to check me out on Instagram, other than that, not a whole lot.
Instagram is right under his name there. We both got our Instagrams on there, so you can hit us up there if you're interested. I will be posting pictures of the heads that I painted yesterday. And then I will be back tonight for episode 201 of Shooting the Shelf, which is part 1 of 3 for our CarverCon series. So for the next 3 weeks, we've got some folks on that will be vending at CarverCon. And, we'll be talking to them and seeing what they got going on. So hopefully I'll see you tonight for Shooting the Shelf. After that, I'll be on Toy Hammer After Dark tonight as well, talking a lot of Warhammer stuff. They dropped the Night Lord reveals for Joy Toy. So we'll be discussing all of that. And I think that's it. So thank you for joining, everybody. And keep creating, folks.